So if you must pass your driving test right here in the United Kingdom, there are set standards and principles and rules of which you must follow through as set by the DVSA for you to pass your driving tests properly. All right, so in recent time, there has been high failing rates recorded by the DVSA, which might be necessitated by certain factors like poor preparation, bad driving instructors, probably bad weather conditions, and different factors that might be responsible for that. And so the DVSA, that's the Driving and Vehicle Standard Agency of the United Kingdom, has come up with 10 reasons why people fail their driving tests right here in Great Britain. All right, so in this video, I'll be dissecting those 10 reasons so you can get to know them and avoid those pitfalls so you can pass your driving test successfully right here in the United Kingdom. All right, so you make sure you watch this video up to the end so you can understand those reasons, how you can avoid them, how you can apply the advices given there so you can pass successfully. Now, if you're coming to this channel for the first time, this is Niger TV. Niger TV is an information and educational blog. So you want to give this video a thumbs up. The YouTube algorithm can keep recommending this video to other learners who might take advantage of it and pass their driving tests. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please smash the subscribe button. Got any comments or your insights, your experiences on your driving journey right here in the UK or in the US or any parts in the world, in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, anywhere, we're interested in getting or hearing your perspective. Please leave them at the comment section. So having said that, I'll take you through the 10 reasons for failing the driving test right here in Great Britain. Let's go there. So the number one reason for failing tests in Great Britain is not making proper observations in junctions or roundabouts. And so in that report, the DVSA gave out some examples like when approaching a roundabout, not making sure you give way to traffic or vehicles coming from your right-hand side before entering the roundabout. And so that could cause a collision, or it could make vehicles, oncoming traffic, to slow down because of you, thereby making you fail the test. So you want to make sure you check properly for oncoming traffic from the right-hand side in the roundabout when it is safe. When there is no oncoming traffic from the right-hand side in the roundabout, you can now enter the roundabout and go through it. The second reason given by the DVSA in this aspect is failing to judge the speed of oncoming traffic from your back or on the right-hand side on entering the right-hand lane. That is to say, in a dual carriageway, if you're about negotiating or entering the right lane, you must make sure you check your center mirror, check your right mirror to make sure the oncoming traffic on the right lane you're about entering is far away from you so that you don't cause him or her to slow down. So you must make sure you check that it is safe for you to go over to the right-hand lane before entering the right lane while driving. Yeah, so the number two reason for failing the driving test, according to the DVSA in Great Britain, is not using your mirrors correctly when changing directions as you drive. Now, they also gave examples of that situation. For instance, while you're inside the roundabout and you're trying to exit the roundabout, you fail to check your left mirror or your center mirror before exiting the roundabout. The next example they gave in this number 2 reason is that while you're on the roundabout, while going around the roundabout, you try to change lane while a car is directly alongside your vehicle, and that causes the examiner to probably take over the steering wheel or apply the brakes to avoid collision. So you want to be careful while you're on the roundabout. While you're about exiting the roundabout, make sure you check your center mirror, check your left mirror, and make sure it is safe. Then you signal left and exit the roundabout. All right, so the number 3 reason for failing the test is not moving off safely. Now, the examples the DVSA gave is that now, before you move off, you must check the appropriate or the right mirrors, do proper observations if it is safe for you to move off before you move off. For instance, as I'm parked on this left-hand side of the road, before I move off, I must check my center mirror, check my right mirror, and if it is safe, I can now signal left, signal right, and move off. Now, if you don't do these checks, if you don't check your blind spots, you must check your blind spots before moving off. If you don't carry out these observations, you're going to likely fail your test. Now, the other example they gave is that while moving off from parked vehicles, you fail to do proper checks, observations, and you move off, and that affected approaching traffic, and they significantly slow down because of your pulling off. That could make you fail your test. All right, so before you move off from parked vehicles, you must do proper observations, check your center mirror, check your right mirror. If it is safe, you move off carefully, and make sure as you move off, you don't cause oncoming traffic or vehicles to slow down because of you. Now, the 4th reason for failing the driving test, according to the DVSA, is not positioning in the right lane when turning right in a junction or roundabout. Now, this rule applies whenever you're going right on a junction, or you're going round on the right on the roundabout. The rule applies that you must position your vehicle on the right-hand lane of the road. If you position your car on the left side of the lane while going right on a junction or while going right on a roundabout, you have failed your test. So, when going right round on the roundabout, that's after the 12 o'clock sign on the roundabout, or when you're going right on a crossroad or a junction, you must stay on the right-hand lane of the road and wait when it is safe for you to enter or exit the junction or roundabout. Now, the 5th reason why people fail the driving test, according to the DVSA, is not responding appropriately to traffic lights. All right? So you cannot drive on when the traffic light is showing red. When you see a red traffic light, you must stop. All right? Now, another reason they gave in this aspect is hesitation. That is when you're on a junction and probably you're going straight on the junction or you're going right on the junction and the traffic line shows green and you hesitate. You refuse to move off. You still remain there. You could be marked down for that error. All right? So if you're approaching a junction, probably you're going straight or you're going right, when the traffic light shows green, you move. Sometimes, if the traffic line shows green and probably you're going right and the exit route is not clear, you must wait. You cannot go if the exit route on the right or front is not clear. You must wait once the light shows green and probably you're going straight on the junction. The road ahead is not free. You must wait. But if it is free, you can move on. So the sixth reason given by the DVSA for failing the driving test is not having full control of the steering while driving. Yeah, so the examples they gave are, for instance, on approaching a junction and you're going left on that junction, you don't follow through the shape of the curb going left, thereby affecting traffic coming from your back, not letting them go right. So what that means is that on approaching a junction and you're going left on that junction, you must follow around the shape of the curb and position properly on the left-hand side of the lane for you to exit or enter the main road, so that traffic coming from your back can be able to move off and go towards the right-hand side of the road. All right? And the next example they gave in this instance is mounting on pavement or curbs while trying to pull over on the road, because during the test, the examiner will ask you to stop or pull over for different times, different areas. So during the test, if you mount on pavements or curbs, you have automatically failed the test. So you want to be careful while you're being asked by the examiner to pull over on the left. You make sure you go close to the curb or the pavement, but do not mount on them or you have failed your test. So the seventh reason given by the DVSA for failing the driving test is not responding properly to traffic signs. Now, as you drive in the roads, you must understand the various traffic signs and what they imply. For instance, the giveaway sign. On approaching a junction, you see a giveaway sign, the two white marked lines. You must stop. If it is not safe for you to enter, you must give way to oncoming traffics. If it is safe, you can enter, but if it is not, you must wait. Okay, so the examples they gave are not observing traffic signs like the stop signs, the no entry signs, the giveaway signs, driving on a bus lane at the wrong time, and different other road signs you want to pay attention to. Now, the eighth reason for failing the driving test, according to the DVSA, is not responding correctly to road markings. Now, road markings are very crucial if you're driving on the road. Now, there are different road markings on the road. For instance, there are certain roads that you are meant to drive, you're meant to exit on the left lane, and they are properly marked that you must be on the left lane. If you mistakenly drive on the markings that shows turning to the right, you have failed your test. So as you're driving, if the road marking says move straight, if you see the straight road marking, you must move straight. You must be on that lane because you're going straight. If you're on the road marking that shows the straight line, you cannot turn right or left at the junction. If the road marking says turn right, if you're on that lane that shows turn right, you must turn right at the junction or at the roundabout. You cannot turn left or go straight on that junction while you're on the road markings that says turn right. So you must understand these road markings, practice them so you get used to it. before your driving test. Another example given here is ignoring box junctions. Now, before you enter a box junction, you must make sure that the exit route is clear so that you don't want to cause unnecessary confusion at the junction. So while the green light comes up, if the exit route you're going to is not clear, you cannot go and stay in the box junction, in the junction box. So you must be sensitive with junction boxes. If the traffic is green and the exit route is not clear, you cannot go and stay in the junction box. All right? If the traffic light is green and the exit route is free, you can go stay in the junction box while you wait for oncoming traffic to pass before you exiting into your exit route. Now, the ninth reason given by the DVSA for failing the driving test in Great Britain is poor positioning on the road during normal driving. Now, the standard rule applies. If you're driving on the road, you're expected to be on the left-hand side of the road, on the left lane. If you're not overtaking, you can only stay on the right-hand lane if you're trying to overtake traffic, and if it is safe, you can be on the right-hand lane. So you cannot stay on the right-hand lane of the road unnecessarily for too long if you're not overtaking or you're not going on the right-hand side of the roundabout. You're expected to be on the left lane of the road. Now, another reason given by the DVSA in this aspect is driving too close to the curb or driving just at the middle of the road or on the right-hand side of the road. So you want to avoid these things while driving. Now, the 10th reason for failing the driving test, according to the DVSA, is not driving at a safe and reasonable speed. What that means is that every road has got a speed limit of which you must adhere to. If the road says 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, you must drive within that speed limit. Now, examples given by the DVSA in this aspect is driving over the speed limit of that road. For instance, if the road is 40 miles per hour and you're driving 45 miles or say 48 miles, it means you're driving above the speed limit. So you're expected to break down and come down to 40 miles per hour, or if it is 30, you come down to 30 miles per hour. So you be on the safe speed limit. Another example given in this instance is not adjusting speed according to the road condition. Now, the road condition could be busy high street roads, busy junctions, or bad weather. So while you're driving, you want to make sure that your speed meets the condition of the road. All right?